Hello, Sheepdog here. We're going to be doing a review today, or introduction, whatever you want to call it, to the H&K USP Compact. This one is in 40 Smith & Wesson, so let's get started. Alright, I have the gun broken down here just to show you what it breaks down into. It's actually pretty simple. I'll put it together in a minute. USP, standing for Universal Self-Loading Pistol. It has a what they call a fiber-reinforced polymer frame. Some quick dimensions on the gun. This one being the 40 Smith & Wesson. You can probably look this up on their site, but I'll spit out some numbers for you. Overall length, they're calling it 6.81 inches. Height, about 5 inches. Overall width is a little over an inch wide. Barrel length is a little over 3.5 inches long, and the sight radius, which I happen to like, is 5.35 inches. Weight with the magazine works out to be 1.71 pounds. On the 40 Smith & Wesson, the magazine capacity is 12 rounds. The sights are fixed. They come with either a contrast sight or a night sights, which this particular model happens to have. I'll quickly assemble the gun here for you. Barrel just slides right in place there. You got your recoil spring. It's got some grooves here in the back of the slide, which you have to line up with the two pieces of metal that have been molded in here to the frame itself. It's what it rides and slides on. That pulls back. You have the slide release, which you can just take, line up the little groove here, and drop the slide release pin in there. As you can see, the magazine is empty. Pull the trigger just for function testing. I happen to like the gun itself. It's very compact. Feels good in your hands. The texture, that's a better word for it, here on the grip. It's pretty good. It gives you a good tight feel in your hand without being too annoying. It's got pretty heavy trigger pull when you first pull it, and then it's got the short reset right there. It clicked. That's all you need, as far as you need to go to be able to pull the hammer again. Alright, couple points I'd like to make about the gun. The magazine release is a little lever that goes completely underneath the trigger guard, so whether you are left-handed or right-handed, it's already there for you. Like on the SIG, the SP 2022, you can swap it from one side to the other. I'm not sure about Glocks if you can or can't, but this way the gun works for you either way. If you're a right-handed shooter like I am, I can, just like a normal gun, just push down on the little lever, the magazine pops out. Or if you'd like to quick reload and you want to keep the gun pointed down range, you use an available figure like I use this one, and I push down on it, the magazine drops, stick it back in, and I can keep the weapon pointed down range the whole time if I'm doing what they call a magazine exchange, where can't remember how many rounds I have left in the weapon, but I want to swap it out for a full one. I can do that and put that one in my back pocket, save it for later. The magazine itself, it's an all-metal magazine, which kind of adds the weight. Not much to it. It's not heavy, but it does add to the overall weight of the gun. But some of the problems that I've seen with the magazines, it's on some of them, not all of them. I think they may have fixed the problem, but still some people may have the problem. This little notch here, or button, or whatever you want to call it, to help snap and lock the floor plate in place. Sometimes when you drop it on a say a quick reload, you just drop the magazine, it hits the floor, and you slap another one in. When they hit, they tend to come out of, I guess you'd call it, out of battery. And when it's in a situation like this, when it's halfway out, it won't seat properly in the weapon. It'll just sit there, and your magazine won't seat all the way, and you see it won't fall back out. It fits in there well enough to where it won't drop back out. Now you think you've got a fully loaded mag in there, and you don't. So that can cause a problem for you. It's a real simple fix. Just push back till you hear a pop. I do it every time I pick one up off the ground. I've had issue with one or two of them in the past, and I've gotten them replaced. It's just something you want to keep an eye on. Let's talk price for a minute. That's important to a lot of people. I know it's important to me nowadays. It's not as cheap as you can get some Glocks. It's on par with some of the upper priced SIGs out there. A lot of federal agencies use this particular model. I think that goes to say a lot for reliability. And speaking of reliability, I mentioned earlier I've done a lot of stress and time courses, and I have not seen a malfunction from this weapon that was not shooter induced. I've used different sorts of ammunition, both high quality and cheap Wally World brand that you can get, and it just spits everything out. I've never had a malfunction, a failure to feed, a failure to eject, nothing with this weapon. It's extremely reliable. I would definitely, because I do, stake my life on the reliability of this particular weapon.